There are a couple different steps involved in going through and developing audience personas. The first one is doing quite a bit of research. There's a ton of different sources you can draw on to help inform your personas. First big one is going back and taking a look at your social media audit data. There is a treasure trove of information in that. Think about which particular types of posts were the ones that were better responded to. If you look at competitors, what can you tell about how different competitors are responded to by people, right? Are competitors who are more focused on younger people, are they seeing certain types of posts get more interaction and more response than other competitors who might be focused on older people, right? What types of data can you possibly draw from your audit? If your business is already established and you already have followers, you can also pop in and you can see all the details, as you saw, on who follows them and who's reacting to content they post. So really, I encourage you, dive back into that social media audit data and see what you can pull from that. Another really fun source of data is going through and observing customers. If it's safe and if it's appropriate to do so, you could go sit in a store or sit near a store or location and see yourself what types of people come in. You'd want to be going through and thinking about, what are they coming in with? Who are they coming in with? Right? What do they seem to be buying? What are they looking at? What's catching their attention? All of these different things can be really interesting. You can also get a lot of information about people by seeing what types of bags they're carrying, if you're in a mall or other location, what type of car they're driving, how they're dressed. All of these different things are going to give you hints as to who they are as people. Even if you're not able to go up to talk to any of them, you can get a really kind of good sense of who their customers are, who a company's customers are, by seeing who these people are, what they're dressed like, and what they look like. Another source of data you can draw on is going to be anybody who owns or works in or manages a particular store. If you can go and talk to them, you can get a lot of data, right? Think about the kinds of questions you might want to ask these people. It could be, who's coming into the store? What are they buying? How are they deciding on particular products or services? What things seem to make them want to buy something? What things seem to turn them off or make them less likely to want to go through and buy something? There's probably other questions as well too you'd want to ask, and you'd want to brainstorm these before going through and talking with them. The most powerful source of data is still going to be going and actually talking to consumers. You want to go through as part of this course and you're going to interview consumers and ask them why it is that they're buying a particular product from your company or why they're donating to them. What about the cause? What about what's happening really excites them and makes them want to be a part of it? When you interview consumers, you want to be very careful about what types of questions you're asking them to make sure you're getting the data you really care about. What are some of the things that are really important to you and that you want to find out from consumers? One of the most important things is going to be understanding what particular type of value they get from your particular client. Why do they donate? What type of feeling does it give them? Why is it important to them to go through and donate? What type of benefit do they get from buying from your particular client? So in either of those cases, understanding the value they receive from your client is really important. Second one is making sure you go through and ask questions to understand the unique value your client provides. Why do they donate to your client? Why do they buy from your client as opposed from buying or donating to other people? Right? There's lots of different charities out there, lots of different companies out there to buy from as well. So make sure you have some questions related to why they're buying from your particular organization or why they're donating to them as opposed to others. What else do you want to ask about? Tons of different things you can ask about. One of the things that I really caution you to avoid is don't necessarily start getting into a customer satisfaction survey. Don't ask them what they like or don't like about the general service. Instead, focus on why do they come here or why do they donate to them as opposed to other places. Right? It's easy to kind of stray into one of those customer satisfaction surveys, but that's not your focus. Your focus is understanding the value they get, understanding how they view your company or organization as unique, and then thirdly, understanding how this particular group consumes media. Think about this from the perspective of you as a social media marketer. You want to know where their eyeballs are and what media they're looking at. So ask about their social media usage. Ask about what they like to see, what they care about. right? Ask about which accounts they follow that they're really a fan of, right? You can also go through and ask them, do they actually follow your organization's account? If they do, what do they like about what they post? What do they not like about what they post? If they don't currently follow your client, ask why and what you could post or what you could do to make them excited enough to want to follow you. My number one tip for going through and collecting data, especially when interviewing consumers, is to focus on information that will help you serve more relevant and more impactful ads. So don't go through and focus attention on things that are not going to help you do that. Instead, focus on value, focus on what makes your client unique and special compared to competitors, and then focus on going through and understanding what type of media they consume and why. Those three things are going to be the key to creating really good personas.